See, Victor Osimhen has done his part. He has done everything that he has to do as a player who loves to play for a club. And I think that for the very first time in a long time, the ambition of Clear Lake is being tested. So truly, are they going to meet Abrante friend Victor Osimhen halfway? And I said, they are going to dilly-dally around it, and they are going to miss out on signing a generational striker in Victor Osimhen. The truth of the matter is that the profile of Victor Osimhen as a center forward is one of the best. Hardly do you find such a profile that can hold up the ball, same can run in behind, same profile, a physical specimen, same profile can hold up play, same profile can give you variations for you to go long. So when Chelsea wants to go with a long ball, they can go long ball through Victor Osimhen. And why am I saying this? This morning, in fact, it was yesterday that we heard that Saudi Arabia, that's the Saudi investment fund, the Saudi Pro League, had contacted Napoli, and then they wanted to agree a 60 million euros. I've told you long time ago that Napoli's first time priority is to take Victor Osimhen out of their wage bill. Because just last year, somewhere in October, November, December, thereabouts, Victor Osimhen signed a contract extension with SSC Napoli. In that contract extension, there was a release clause of 120 million euros that was put in the contract. I have my own reservations of that contract because I believe strongly that his agent Roberto Calanda didn't help him. There was no need for him to put that amount in there because there was no guarantee that Victor Osimhen could replicate the same form that he replicated for Napoli 2 seasons ago under Luciano Spalletti. The style of play was different. Immediately Luciano Spalletti decided to leave Naples, it should have been a red flag for them to know that we can't extend our contract. We can't take too much money now. Roberto Calanda convinced Victor Osimhen to take the money, convinced him to extend his contract, and today it is tough for him to go. Victor Osimhen is in the most difficult position. I will say. And then, say striker say Opebebiakwa. Or no, Victor Osimhen doesn't have suitable, he doesn't have viable shooters that are hot and red as it stands now. Because Chelsea will only take Victor Osimhen on certain conditions. I'll talk about that later, so stick and stay with me. If you go to Saudi Arabia, those are the most viable shooters that have come for him. And then now, they brought in a bid of 60 million euros for Victor Osimhen. The compensation package on the player in the excess of 80 million euros in 4 years for Abrante friend Victor Osimhen, who is 24, 25 thereabouts, going to turn 29 by the time that contract is made. Victor Osimhen agent has come out and told Obia said he is not going to accept that deal now. Saudi Arabia for one day, but that's Al Hilal Eddie Breno for him to move to Saudi Arabia, and he's not going to do that. For Napoli, it's about money, and because last week Napoli and Chelsea were able to agree at a fee for Abrante friend Romelu Lukaku, as it stands now, the two teams are trying to see how they can finalize the deal. Where can Chelsea dot the I's and cross the T's for Abrante friend Romelu Lukaku? The sell-on value, the add-ons. These are the things, and they're exchanging documents. This week, Romelu Lukaku is going to fly to Naples, finalize the job in terms of the medicals, and then sign a contract and become the new SSC Napoli center forward. Of course, Oshimen last game, boy, in the Italian Serie A, it was Kavica Kvaratskhelia that set up an excellent goal for Di Lorenzo in our first goal. They struggled, held on to it. Matthias Politano were those who were giving them some threat up front, but they didn't really have a recognized center forward that you expect to see in Antonio Conte teams. But Lukaku is going to go there. Once Lukaku goes there, all those who are TSS less improved wage or Napoli, you have to know, say Napoli's first thing, and they said you have to take Victor Osimhen out of it. Now, in Victor Osimhen, letting Iriasi know, say he is not going to go to Saudi Arabia. It leaves him with two viable options. One, Paris Saint-Germain. And we know the story of Paris Saint-Germain. Olmo Abrante friend Gonzalo Ramos and Randall Colomwani Gonzalo Ramos got injured in Paris Saint-Germain first game, boy, when they struggled to get a goals. But in the last game, boy, against Montpellier, the quality of Bradley Barcola, Ousmane Dembele, Georges Neves, of course, Randall Colomwani, it looks as if they are not really going to miss Gonzalo Ramos. Of course, Osimhen himself, apart from Saudi Arabia, Paris Saint-Germain is the team that can really go ahead and pay the money that they expect him to pay for him to move away from SSC Napoli and then go to the French League. Mind you, he has been there before. He played for Lille. It was that Grumano from Wolfsburg went to Lille under former Paris Saint-Germain manager Christophe Galtier, and he broke onto the scene, did some excellent job, and they in Europe really got to know of him. It was from Lille and a team, your friend Napoli, Cocoton, about the Italian Serie A. Everybody knows, like Roberto Calanda. This is the reigning African best footballer of the year. This is the reigning Coppa Caponieri winner 2 seasons ago. Won Napoli their first Scudetto in 30 years. Of course, and Luciano Spalletti, an excellent center forward in the middle of the park for Tima, your friend of SSC Napoli. So definitely, when he says that he's not just a package and you can't pass him around, Roberto Calanda knows exactly what he's saying, and then he's saying that for sure. But as it stands now, Victor Osimhen has been clear on Obeko Saudi Arabia. He has told the Saudi Pro League people, said he wants to stay in Europe, and it is clear, Sir Victor Osimhen wants to stay in Europe. He wants to play some more football in Europe, and I think that he has the ambition to stay in Europe. He has what it takes to stay in Europe. He's a quality player. He can stay in Europe. The issue with Paris Saint-Germain leaves him with only Chelsea. Makacho, your striker, only viable suitors. Usika, you're on boarding. The only person that wants you at Chelsea Football Club. Mind you, Chelsea are not in a hurry to finance the Oshimen deal. They would want to make sure they get Oshimen on loan for the first season. Chelsea do not believe it's a risk that they are supposed to carry all by themselves. They understand the injury situation of Victor Osimhen. So what they are telling Napoli, and they say, give us Victor Osimhen. Fanema 1 season. Give him to us on loan. Let us watch him. We'll take over the wages. You can take off the wages from your wage bill. Send an out person, get them. Bring him to us. We will do a deal with Victor Osimhen. So 1 season, he satisfies us. We have any obligation. And yes, we want it to be a satisfaction. The boy comes, he satisfies us. He's a good player. We will buy Victor Osimhen, put him in our team. Now, if he the center forward for Chelsea Football Club, I think for Victor Osimhen, he has been clear. He has showed Chelsea. Say, the whole of the person be Chelsea. Time. I want to play for Chelsea Football Club. Now the ball is in the court of Paul Winstanley, any Joe Shields, any the other sporting directors. They are those who are now yet to convince and do the job. Made it take this week. Said Chelsea have had some breakthrough inside conversation of Victor Osimhen this weekend. They've had some breakthrough. Napoli and then Chelsea discusses structure and signing money. They might be able to go through all of those things. Chelsea will look to finalize a deal. Immediately Chelsea gets Victor Osimhen. It means that they are getting a top-rated centre forward in the team. And over the weekend, Chelsea issued Wolverhampton Wanderers by 6-2. Imagine Chelsea having Nicolas Jackson as centre forward, Victor Osimhen as centre forward, Noni Madueke, Pedro Neto, Mihailo Modric, getting Cole Palmer, João Neves, João Felix Olmo, getting the likes of Enzo Fernandez, Romeo Lavia, Moises Caicedo, Levi Cole, and all of this quality team. Definitely Chelsea is going to be a force to reckon with, especially in competition. But say the conference league that's going to boost Chelsea's confidence when it comes to this season. But we wait to see if Chelsea try and do the deal for Victor Osimhen to join Chelsea. Once he joins, I think that for me, Chelsea are there. They are there in terms of competing really to win something at Chelsea Football Club. We wait to see how all of that is going to pan out. Of course, we have spoken so much about Enzo Maresca and Rabon at Chelsea boy. But maybe you've not watched his post-match press conference. I said it here in Mekanidi. Enzo is an excellent manager. Several times I've opined and I've discussed why I think that for me, if you want to know how good a manager is, listen to his pre and post-match press conferences. Usually, they are reserved in their pre-match press conference, but post-match press conferences, they break down the game for you. They tell you exactly what happened. They tell you who did what, who didn't do what, who should have done better, who didn't do better. Go and listen to Enzo Maresca. The post-match press conference, when he was asked about his players, number one, he was asked about Noni Madueke, Niema Oyeye, posting on Instagram, say, Wolves is not a good city. I mean, everything about the city is shit. And it's man. When he went in there, he made everybody understand that he trusts his players. They are old enough. They should be able to take they should be able to make good decisions and make sure they don't do things that are wrong because they are excellent players and they should be able to do better with team. And that's exactly what they are talking about. And he was asked about Mikhailo Modric again. Oh, you need Freeman at halftime. But see, he was not happy. Straightforward honesty about doing the job now. See, over here, people have been too sentimental about how he has said that Sterling doesn't do the job. What's the difference between what Chelsea is doing to Sterling and then Chalobah and what Manchester United are doing to Jadon Sancho? It's about honesty. The only difference is honesty. Chelsea is being straight up and honest with Sterling, whilst Manchester United are not. He's telling him that Mikhailo Modric was not good enough the first half, took him off. He would want to build him up, give him another option in the second game that Chelsea, this week game that Chelsea are going to play against Severity. He will give him another option. He will give him chances to develop and to get better. But the most important thing is that he wants him to get better. After the game, apparently Nicolas Jackson took to his Instagram and he told Jean-Michel Obi, said, "Shut up. We are fighting and dying for Africa." Of course, Mikel Obi's response for me is the best response that you get anywhere in the world. Mikel Obi has been clear with Nicolas Jackson. Said he doesn't have any problem with him. He will do his job by criticizing him when he thinks there's something wrong to criticize. He thinks that he's a very good player. He knows that he's an African man. He wants an African to succeed on the highest scene, especially at Chelsea Football Club. But one thing is clear from him, Victor Osimhen. If Nicolas Jackson, will score a goal every weekend and ask him to shut up, he doesn't have a problem. And of course, this afternoon, it was being said in there with my former colleague, Besma Kuizu Bempa Ayala. Said, you see, the most important thing is that Chelsea wants to, Mikel Obi wants to make sure, say, Abrantia, your friend Nicolas Jackson, just gets the job. Now, if you watch the game, Chelsea did a lot of good things. One, the 3-2 face of ball progression. One, the +1 rule for Enzo Fernandez. I've said it several times that Enzo Fernandez is not a number 10. He has not been playing as a number 10. He is an 8. Chelsea yesterday played with 2-8. Cole Palmer, Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez's job was to be a +1. He will start a little bit higher because there's going to be Gusto and Caicedo inverting like we saw yesterday. But when Wolves will constrict the pitch and will condense the pitch, Enzo's job is to come down into the half space and receive on the half time and then switch the point of view of attack and then give our wingers 1v1 when they are keeping the width in there. And that's exactly what Enzo Fernandez is. Cole Palmer was more in the creative role, or he was a higher 8 than Enzo Fernandez, but he was also given a free role in those zones, and both on the left and the right, he has to come and pick the ball in certain areas and also combine with Noni Madueke in those areas to get a job. And I think that you can see that the quality is brimming through the team in there. They just need to get a lot of confidence. They need to go in from them. The first half was clear. One of the biggest issues at Chelsea in the first half was the inability to win duels. Chelsea did not win enough duels. The individual duels, they were not winning anything. I've said it several times here. So in football, it's about winning your own duels. If you're able to win your own duels, if you're able to get it from there, then it translates into the team. In the first half, Chelsea weren't excellent at winning their duels. And in the second half, they came up, won their duels. They were more intense. The counter press was very important. Moise Caicedo was good in terms of the security on the ball retention was a good one for him. And they were able to go from there and they dictated the pace of the game. It looks as if Chelsea are there, but like I said it this morning, I'll say it again, it's a long, long way to go. It's a long way to go. Yes, the signs are there, the signs are good. I have said it from the beginning, from last season, that with the team that they were building, you can't tell me that project is a mess. I know that people did not understand, but with time, all of you will come and say, Fifi, we kept on seeing it, and then we are seeing the quality of the Chelsea team in there. But with time, I know that they are going to come together. Positional play is difficult. It's the positional rigidity is there. Sometimes you need to stay in certain zones. You need to wait for the ball. You don't have to go and take the ball. Like Noni Madueke yesterday, every time Enzo Maresca was telling him, keep the width. The ball will come to you. Don't go to the ball. They will find you in your zones. Just be patient and then wait for it. The ball has definitely come to you, and the ball did come to him, and then they made good use of it yesterday in the game that Chelsea did play. Everything seems to be going in that direction. Of course, Barcelona are still struggling to do the registration of Abrantia, your friend Dani Olmo. Yesterday he couldn't play, but this minute, I'm telling you, say Enzo, Dani Olmo has been registered by FC Barcelona. Barcelona officially registers Abrantia, your friend Dani Olmo, as a number 10. I've told you, Mark Bernal, Casado, Pedri in the middle of the pack yesterday for Barca was a delight to watch. If you not watch them, go back and watch them. La Masia boys, a delight. Bernal sitting as a number 6, Casado and Casado and then Pedri doing the box-to-box job for the Pedri more advanced 8 plus Casado doing more of the box-to-box job for them. I think that's exactly what you get from Hansi Flick's teams. It starts from the 3-2 base in terms of ball progression, then it ends up being a 3-1-6, and they pin the opponents back and create consistent chances over there for you. And that's what makes them very difficult to play against. If you, of course, watch FC Real Madrid, I did mention the fact that they needed to put in other goalie. They needed the attacking balance. But Real Madrid's biggest issue, and I think it can be their undoing this season, is the lack of attacking balance. Madrid needs to find attacking balance. I asked for other goalie to start. He did start. He gave them some attacking balance, but he wasn't sharp enough to break down that low block that they faced over there. Of course, Kylian Mbappe got some good chances, but it's about finding the balance. If Jude comes in, how was Carlo Ancelotti going to find that balance up top for the team that is called Real Madrid? Of course, Federico Chiesa, the deal is on there. At this time, I see a complicated deal. How can Barca even register Federico Chiesa when he goes in there? But of course, he's a player that Barca will love in there. They want to see if it is going to get there for Abrantia Federico Chiesa to go in there and then get in. Paris Saint-Germain trying to sell almost center back a friend of Milan Skriniar, a player that they bought from Internazionale Milan. They're trying to sell him to Saudi Arabia over the Milan Skriniar. Looks like he's going to leave Paris Saint-Germain to go to Saudi Arabia for Al Nassr. A permanent move proposal I submitted. I'm a Paris Saint-Germain for. Mind you, they've bought William Pacho. Personal Kimpembe is returning. They have their man Marquinhos. The depth is in there. So I looked as you said, Tima, your friend of Paris Saint-Germain are going to let Milan Skriniar go, and then they are going to reinvest somewhere, of course, in terms of the quality that they bring in. Of course, Eddie Nketiah is getting options. He wants to know which of the teams all possibly can stay afloat. I wanted Paris, Crystal Palace to look at a branch of friend Raheem Sterling, but wages. It looks as if that Raheem Sterling is telling Chelsea that he wants them to give him some form of compensation before he will leave Chelsea. His wages is beginning to become a big deal for him to get a new club. Of course, but a branch of friend Eddie Nketiah seems to be making a move. Francesco Conceição is going to Juventus in the Italian Serie A. And Georgi Mamadashvili, and so a new Liverpool player, but he is going to go on loan. He's going to go on loan before he comes back to come and play for Liverpool later. There is an update on Abrante friend Manuel Ugarte. He's getting ever closer to Manchester United. Manuel Ugarte is getting ever closer to Manchester United. We are waiting to see. Say Abrantia, your friend Manuel Ugarte, every movie, Akotima, your friend Manchester United. Manchester United are set to close Manuel Ugarte deal. It can be now a permanent transfer. If all goes to plan, Scott McTominay to Napoli, Manchester United will proceed with a permanent move for Manuel Ugarte. Ugarte only wants United. He's ready to travel. It was nearly Chelsea last season, but at least this season Manuel Ugarte is going to move to Tima, your friend of Manchester United. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Now subscribe to the channel and turn notification. This is where we draw the curtains on today's edition. Talk to you later tonight. Bye.